Wuthering Waves releases in less than 4 days from the time I'm making this video. In order to prepare you for the game's release, I'm giving you the top 10 tips for day 1. Tip number 1. Free your day. Not because you need all day open just to play Wuwa, but because I will be live for a 10-hour stream and will be giving away a copy of the Battle Pass to one lucky viewer on that day. So, increase your chances of getting it by coming by and watching the stream. Tip number 2 is to complete the Echo event and lock in a 5-star Echo of your choice. You can visit my video on the event and try to claim a free 5-star with the link I have in the description, or you can hit up Twitter and there's plenty of posts for it. Tip number 3 is to use the Wuthering Waves interactive map. You can use the link in the description to load up the interactive map and keep track of important places, things you've discovered, farming locations, stuff like that. Tip number 4 is if you are re-rolling, which I don't recommend, make sure you have multiple emails prepared, and to be extra set, have each of them lock in a 5-star with tip number 2. Tip number 5 is to decide between Jiyan or Yinlin. Especially if you are free to play, the odds of you getting both is pretty low. So go ahead and start prepping for Yinlin right now. So in between the time of me writing the tips and recording it, 2 new 5-star characters have been announced by Kuro Games. So the same tip applies to if you want one of them, you might need to skip out on the ones that are currently available. Tip number 6 is to save your 4-star weapon selector until you get your guaranteed 5-star character, and then grab the weapon that fits them. Now, if you're lucky, while you're wishing for the 5-star character, you'll get a 4-star weapon that works for them, and that's great. But sometimes the gacha can be cruel, so it's best to be safe and keep the selector for the new character. Tip number 7, there's a place called Tiger's Maw, where you can gather rocks every day. Do this, and you can actually trade in the rocks for a 4-star weapon. Tip number 8 is after getting your guaranteed 5-star character, it's time to move on to the weapon banner. See, you will get the standard 5-star characters eventually after losing 50/50s on the rate up banner. But for weapons, you don't get one unless you wish on a weapon banner. With the standard weapon banner letting you select the guaranteed weapon that you get, I'd put your standard wishes towards that at least until you get one weapon. You'll thank me later. Tip number 9 is to pick 2 DPS characters and only level them for the time being. The other party members can be leveled but not focused on. This will save resources for the beginning stages of the game. A single level DPS is all you really need for the early stages. And one of the in-game modes that you can play is like the Spiral Abyss, where you need 2 teams. So 2 DPSs will get you pretty far. So just focus on 2 characters to act as the anchor for your teams, and then bring the others up to match. Tip number 10 is to kill every enemy you come across. Every enemy has a chance to drop an Echo, and you need to get a copy of each class tier of each Echo to level up your data dock, which is a major form of account progression. So it's best to just kill everything. Normally in gacha games, the extra ads aren't necessary unless you're farming a material they drop. But in the case of Wuthering Waves,
it's good to run around and kill things.
And finally, an extra tip number 11 is in order to get constant guides, build showcases, and gameplay, well, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Like I said, I will be live on the 22nd doing a giveaway and having a lot of fun. I hope to see you there, and I'll see you guys in a future video. Peace.